You're telling me this big old dinosaur is actually CEDH viable? This is part 7 in a series where I break down common CEDH staples and explain how to use them to new players. And today we're talking about Atali Primal Conqueror. Now, this commander at first glance probably looks like too expensive, just a big old dinosaur, super fun for casual, but not actually that good for CEDH. Atali is actually a powerhouse of a commander. Now, Atali is a food chain deck because if you watched my last video, I talked about how food chain loves to use commanders that have enters or leaves abilities, and Atali is a very strong enters ability. Getting force free spells is great. And Atali's biggest weakness is probably that he's in Gruul and he's missing a lot of good stuff, but he's able to get that stuff through his getting stuff from other people. So now he has access to blue card draw, black tutors, white silence effects, anything you hit off your opponent's decks. Let me walk through the deck. Now it's almost entirely mana, trying to just keep pumping out Atalis, getting more of them. Plus just any other way you could sneak in an extra Atali. You know, a couple clones, get another Atali that'll just enter and do its thing. Even playing a roaming throne, naming dinosaurs to get another Atali ETB when he comes down. Or bouncing him around with Cloudstone Curio. Or letting it die and bringing it back with an Eternal Witness. Just anything to just get a few Atali triggers, look at a handful of cards, and what it should be is once you look at like 9 cards from your opponents, pretty good chance of hitting some decent tutors from them, or even you have your own stuff like Gamble and some of the green creature tutors. You go find your food chain and squee, make infinite mana, get infinite Talis, and then you pick up everyone's decks. And now this is when the deck gets so interesting because there's not this clear win line. You just have to keep looking through people's cards, figuring out what they have, and how you can put together a win from that. I can't sit here and walk you through the exact combos and win lines you're going to use because I don't know what your opponents are playing. It's really what makes the deck so fun. It makes each game feel different because you got to come up with a new way to win every time based on the cards you see. So I love this deck and it's been getting more and more popular recently. So if you're looking for a fun new deck to try out, and you're bored of seeing the same old meta decks and don't want to build one of those, I'd highly recommend giving this one a try. Another thing I do want to throw out is this is also a really, really good bracket 4 deck, because you could have a very similar shell and do a similar thing, but instead of hitting just a ton of counter spells and just the common CEDH stuff, you're hitting like actual like fun splashy plays that people are making like good cards that you could just have, and it's a lot of fun. So if you don't want to build for CDH, it's also really fun in bracket 4. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments. What do you think of this commander? And don't forget to follow.